My name's Rhapsody, welcome back to Ranked. We're gonna do the same thing that we did last, which is play the rogue bot. If it doesn't win at least 2 of the 3 games that it's gonna win, we'll give it a bit of the shiv, bit of a backstab, bit of an eviscerate. Basically, we're gonna drop the deck in favor of the deck that's standing next to it, which is... I'm not gonna tell you what it is. You can probably tell from the title. I mean, the title is fairly obvious if you know anything about the current meta. It's mostly net decked, by which I mean it's mostly a copy of a deck that someone else created, rather than an original creation by me. SI7 dies to Fiery War Axe. Annoyatron does not. Annoyatron provokes much more stuff. So I think what I want to do is... Okay, so I'm going to play the Clockwork Gnome this turn. I was thinking Mech Warper Clockwork Gnome, but what I want to do is be safe against that Fiery War Axe, so instead... He hits that. And now I get to do Mech Walker into Annoyatron. Whereas if I developed the Mech Walker on the first turn, he would have hit my Mech Walker. And we would have been sad. Ooh, he wants me to give him 2 cards. How do I feel about giving him 2 cards? Pop, pop. Honestly, I am not frustrated whatsoever about that. The more things I can flood out onto the field, because what does a warrior have hard time with? Board clear until they get Brawl. Brawl is turn 5. He's gonna get a total of 1 draw out of his Acolyte of Pain before he can Brawl. Yeah, I'm liking this. I'm liking how this is going, especially because we've got this super strong Micro Machine. But it does mean that I probably want to kill his Acolyte of Pain. Do I? Because he'd run his Acolyte of Pain into this and then Brawl.
What now?
Shield block for the armor game. Oh, okay, so that's going to be, yeah, Shield Slam. That's fine. Would he Shield Slam that if he had Brawl? I don't think so. I do not think so.
Silent, but deadly.
Okay, which of these is... I've got to think. Which of these cards that I currently hold is the one that I want? Right? So all I know is I'm definitely making a dagger this turn because I'm not playing Tinker's Sharpsword. So, dagger. So which of these cards do I want? Right? Do I want a 4/5 Mech Warper? Or do I want to keep my Iron Sensei on 2/2? Because now I'm worried about Execute, right? So whichever of these hits the Acolyte of Pain to kill it is probably going to die the turn after to an Execute. I think what I want more is to keep the Mech Warper. No, I don't. I don't. That's wrong. Yeah, that's wrong. So now I'm going to give this Taunt. Uh-oh. Was that wrong? No, it wasn't. Okay. Next turn I can defend against the possibility of Execute if he doesn't play it this turn. Okay, Death Bite. That's fair enough. Unfortunately, now I definitely cannot play Lower Third.
Here we go.
Silent, but deadly.
Now I just develop a board. So I don't get a buff out of the Iron Sensei, but now he has to choose, do I want to kill an SI7 agent, which is more damage, or do I want to kill the Iron Sensei, which is probably more threatening? This is probably not going to go well. We want to rush him down, but we don't have our card draw. This is one of the big problems that I found with this deck. It's very heavily, or way too, reliant on Jeeves. If you don't get a Jeeves, and your opponent isn't, like, super late game, then you usually just get run over, right? You run out of card draw, you don't have answers, and then you lose the game. Okay. So he's either going to use a Fiery War Axe or an Execute here. Okay, Execute's fine. I'm not so certain there's any reason for me to play Loatheb. I mean, what exactly am I defending against if I play Loatheb right now?
Here we go.
Okay. I'm gonna be going for face because I'm expecting him to play Sludge Belchers as taunts, hopefully. Rather than taking another... Ooh, Shield Slam he'd use, actually. That's fair. Okay. So now he's running for face. That's fine. That's fine. He's not going to beat me in a face race. Face race. Do I have to kill his thing? With a Loatheb coming out this turn, no I don't. In fact, if I kill his thing, I'll lose the game. I have to stay on the aggression, even though I have less cards for aggression than he does. So the most likely response to this would either be Corcoran Elite running into this, plus the Cruel Taskmaster hitting this. Yep. To which I get just an incredible amount of responses. What am I looking for mostly? I think his Sharp Sword's pretty good.
Here we go.
If I sap now, I can stop him from killing this with the 2-2. No. Okay, so I need to rely on using sap as a combo trigger next turn and drawing into damage. So, like, eviscerate, basically. So, he can armor up this turn. He gets up to 9. I have Wicked Knife. If I draw Eviscerate right now, and there are still 2 Eviscerates in my deck, I'll win the game. If I don't draw Eviscerate, he's probably got enough damage in hand to finish me off. That's Jeeves. I need to give myself the best possibility of drawing Eviscerate and prevent as much damage as I can from his field this turn.
Here we go.
Okay. 2 Eviscerates, please, or Eviscerate and... Wait, there's the first Eviscerate. I need a trigger. That's a Jeeves. 2 Eviscerates and a trigger. Oh my god, okay. So, you need to shield block plus armor up to get out of lethal. Or, you know, kill me. Okay. I don't care about that, right? All I care about is whether or not he armors up. So I'm assuming that he's going to run Loot Hoarder into here. Make the kill while getting another card. My bin is far too far away. Do you have lethal? You have lethal. Okay, that's Cruel Taskmaster. Well played. Rampage, really? And, whoa, okay. I thought this was a Control Warrior deck. Okay, so I had lethal next turn if he didn't do that. Oh well. What could I have done differently? If there was at any point I decided to hold back and not attack face, I would have just lost eventually. So I really did need to make the aggressive attacks. Probably could have used Loatheb at a better time. Was it the Loatheb play that did it? No. No, because it would have been too late game for me to play Loatheb with another card and then have it protecting the other card from spells.
Watch your...
So is Jeeves important enough that I can ruin my curve by keeping it in my opening hand, or do I throw it? I think I have to keep it and hope that I get, like, Mech Warper or... My soul has been crushed. And get Mech Warper or Iron Sensei, there we are, but I need something to protect the Iron Sensei, so I need to top deck this turn Annoyatron after him not playing anything this turn. Does look like he's not going to play anything. He can play this, so this is 2 or less mana. I'm assuming that this is going to be a... Do I play that? No. I'm not going to play the Clockwork Goblin to get hit. Tempo is not as important for him as it is for me. I'm going to assume that this is, yeah, the current aggro mage. I'm not a huge fan of this. Alright. At least I can remove his board. Pretty easily. As well.
This guy's toast.
Here we go.
Wasn't that costly? But at the same rate, it's definitely not something I can sustain doing. So... I'm kind of scared of this. I want it to be counter-secret, counter-spell, because then the coin removes it, and then I can hit him with Eviscerate or something like that, I don't know. Am I going to coin this turn? What do I know it isn't? I know it isn't... Copy. Okay. So I can actually safely Clockwork Goblin, do that, hit that, that's duplicate. Duplicate? Whoa, it's not duplicate, okay. So it's not Mirror Entity, it's not duplicate. Could still be Counterspell, yes. Could still be Spellbender. It's not going to be Spellbender though, that's not run in aggressive decks. See, those are the 2 most aggressive ones. Duplicate and Mirror Entity. Is this an aggressive deck with a high end? Eh? Okay. Well, then I make this attack just in case it's Vaporize. It's not Vaporize. I want to play Loatheb next turn. Okay. It is Counterspell! Fuck! Dang it! That actually does screw with me. Please buff this. Actually, that's probably better. So I want to play Loatheb next turn so that he can't Flame Strike. Right? That's the whole point there. So if he wants to set up for Flame Strike, nah, he's not gonna do that. Ooh. Well, now he wouldn't Flame Strike. Actually, if I play Jeeves, he might try and Flame Strike, which will be hilarious. So
Here we go.
I don't think I badly enough want to run out my cards that I'll use and Eviscerate without any prep. I might... If he plays a minion, I might just Freezing Coolant it, Eviscerate his face, and then Tinker's Sharpsword for damage to the face. Can't Coolant that. I'd enjoy getting Sap right now. Definitely would enjoy that. It's not a Sap. Oftentimes that card is not Sap. This is an Eviscerate play, isn't it?
So many options.
Okay, that makes sense. What else could I do? Roll on the Tinker's Sharpsword, that wouldn't be fun. Especially if I lost it. Okay, so instead this is going to be Loatheb. I Eviscerate that and kill the rest of it with my face. That clears it. And then I clear the rest of it with the Annoyatron and Jeeves attacks. This ensures no Flame Strike this turn, no Blizzard this turn, no Fireball this turn, no Polymorph this turn, all of that type of stuff. And I get to set up for a pretty good turn next turn. Hey?
Mind if I roll need?
Quoi? I'm wary as to whether or not I think that's a big enough threat to actually deal with. Okay, how much damage do I have, right? This is 6, which I can combo out really cheaply. So I've got 6, 7, 8, 9, 14. I've got 14 damage in total, maximum. Do I think this is threatening enough to kill instantly? I might actually think so. The problem is that next turn he can turn around and kill Lotheb. He can Flame Strike and then ping Lotheb. Actually, I can remove his ability to ping it by... How many cards does he have in his deck? Do I want to overdraw him? I might be able to do that. No. No. I have to ping his own one. This is complex mathematics.
Choose soon.
Okay, it's gonna be Goblin Barber. I'm gonna go for the safer play. Jeez. And then I can't really develop the board because he's gonna Flame Strike him. That was a really bad play. Huh. Crossbolt. I lived a Treader. Just like half aggro, half mech? What the fuck are we seeing here? Alright. I'm glad that Baron Rivendare is dead, because it's a Death Rattle deck. But there's more elements in it than Death Rattle. I want to keep the damage on the field as long as possible, so actually I'm going to sap that back to the hand.
Here we go.
Oh look, the card's glitched out. Okay. So I'm happy to have Jeeves in hand, because it means that next turn, if I need to, I can just dig for Eviscerates and stuff like that. I guess what I'm looking for is Eviscerate or Deadly Poison and... Deadly Poison and... What's that other card? That other real cool card. It's Blade Flurry. There we go. Fuck, how is that difficult for me? Okay. I still do have lethal, friend. Now I definitely have lethal. Still got lethal.
You win.
Well played.
Well,
Okay, so this deck is living for the moment. But we have one more match this episode, and if it loses that match, well, things aren't going to be pretty, I'll tell you that much. By which I mean I'm going to dump this deck in favor of a different deck. Holy shit, I hate summer. Oh my god. And it's worse, it's compounded by the fact that my room is on the, which side does the sun rise in? Rises in the east, sets in the west. Rises in the west, set in the east. Whichever side the sun rises in, that's the way mine faces. So I just get a whole blast of the sun right into my room. Just, actually I can't keep the Annoyatrons because of the menacing threat of how bad they are against, what's her name? What's her name? You know what's her name. The girl in the Green Day song. No, the Nausea Cleric. Would a Goblin Barber change my play? I'm not so certain about that. Idle Hans. So there's the expected Nausea Cleric. The problem is, I'm also expecting a Power Word Shield as a response on it next turn. I'm actually gonna play the ultimate safe.
here we go.
Because I can't let him Power Word Shield, and then if it's alive that turn, he has the possibility of dropping a Injured Blade Master and then Circle of Healing to get a 4/7, a 1/5, and a card. Can't have that happen. That is like the worst case scenario.
Trogg, no stupid!
Oh look, it's Trogg, no stupid. Okay. So I played that in the hopes that it gets to pop its Divine Shield by hitting 1 damage on the Trogg, then next turn, Mech Warper plus Goblin Auto Barber only costs me 3, and then my weapon will be a 2/2, so I'll be able to kill the Stone Splinter Trogg.
It's time for a little blood.
Okay. Powered Shield? Powered Shield? That is Powered Shield, but just wondering who it gets hit on. Okay. This does change my play significantly. Can make that a 3/4 taunt, so it gets hit by that, hit by that. The problem is that my board is so vulnerable right now against this,
I wonder.
this Trogg. Do I play, like, super safe? No, I can't play safe. Okay. I just have to draw into a Jeeves really soon. This dies either way, so I want to take less damage to my face, so I run my dagger in first. Sack. Another problem is the fact that he can play a Norshear Cleric, he can play a Injured Blade Master, and he can Circle of Heal this turn. If he has those 3 cards in hand, I'm gonna be so salted. Man, that is a big Trogg. Okay.
Come close and listen.
That buffed the Trogg.
Mistakes were made.
The Cold Blood was cast, and I was like, cool, my 6/3 is going to run into his 2/3. Then it buffed his Trogg, because his Trogg gets buffed whenever I cast a spell like Cold Blood.
This guy's toast.
I actually just lost the game off of that. I don't see a way that I can get back into this with 2 cards against 5 when he's a control deck. Or rather, when he's a class that's more tended towards control. Definitely not using it as control at the moment, but it doesn't really change anything.
Here we go.
So I have to play like he doesn't have any responses, so I need to play like he doesn't have Shadow Madness and doesn't have Holy Nova. Because if I hold back at any point, I'm going to lose. Well, looks like we might be switching it up to our next deck. Definitely looking like it. Ooh, that's a Mech Warper. That's not even slightly the card I'm looking for.
Hey, lights out.
I can't even play it. I know I just said I can't hold back, but the Mech Warper will not only die to a Cabal Shadow Priest, but will also die or become his should he have the other Cabal Shadow Priest in hand. Yeah, this is actually the end. I can't concede. I've already used my board clear, right? So, yeah.
Here we go.
4 damage. Excellent. So, how much damage does he exactly have next turn? 1, 5, a number above 5. Okay, so he doesn't have lethal next turn. Without anything from his hand. Yeah, that Trogg play. Any of them gets Wind Fury, he wins. The exact damage with the Wind Furied Boombot.
Mind if I roll need?
Don't. You. No. No. He's gonna get the attack in as well, that's the thing, because he queued it up before I conceded. How dare you. I just want you all to note, right, because people have noted, you know, Priest too hard, quote Ryan Pearson. All almost all of the losses I've had with this deck have been against priests. So, statistics-wise, yes, they are. Alright, next episode we're going to be previewing a new deck, which is going to be a strong control priest. Because I'm an absolute hypocritical shitbag. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourself. If you have, please click like. It does help me get my content out to new people. There's also playlists in the description down below for ranked, in case you've missed an episode or want to watch another one again. Arena, in case you're interested in that series. And Adventure, in case you're stuck on something. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourself, and we'll see you next time.